Hey guys, okay, gonna do a review today on my everyday knife. This is a cold steel Voyager, as you can see, clip point model. Um, so I've had this knife for roughly a year, and I've used it for every single thing every day. Carried it with me. Um, Going into the specs here quick. It is a 3-inch folding knife. The blade is 3 inches, and the blade is a full flat grind, right from the top to the bottom. Gives you some quite nice cutting power. Definitely a good hacker. Uh, let's see. Overall length is about 7 1/4 with the handle. Steel type is Japanese AUS 8, a stainless with a beautiful stonewash finish. Um, that's one of the things that sold me on this knife particularly was the finish on it. It's really nice. And we got two thumb studs here, one on each side for quick deployment. You know, if you need to flick your knife open, you got some help there. Um, it's got a pocket clip on this side, and then there is another insert for the pocket clip here for the left, and it does come with an extra clip in the box when you buy it. So there's a few other things about this knife. There's some jimping here, and it's not the best jimping in the world. A lot of people don't like it. I'm not using the jimping a lot. I don't do a lot of pressurized pushing like this when I cut. I'm usually doing an underhand or a slicing motion, kind of like this. It's 3 ounces approximately. But other than the stats, I want to talk more about why I got this blade and why I use it every day. It's it's just phenomenal. It's a very small folder from Cold Steel. The one thing I was looking for was a very strong folding knife. I didn't want to carry a fixed blade with me because I just can't. Not up here. It causes too many people really look at you funny if you have a fixed blade here. I don't know why, but they do. Uh, when I looked at Cold Steel's folders, I really enjoyed the reviews I saw was that most of their folders had triad lock system, and that's awesome. And honestly, when I bought this, I was like, wow. When I opened up this knife, the triad lock just feels, this thing feels like a rock in your hands. It's phenomenal. It's really, I don't think I'll ever buy another folding knife from anywhere else because I just feel like that lock is just killer. It's really definitely a good selling point. As you can see on the blade here itself, I've got a lot of scratching, and you can see some wear and tear on it there. Now that's not from me trying to like sharpen it or something stupid like that. That's actually from use. That's from cutting everything that I cut at work. I work in landscaping and snow removal. Right now it's winter, so we're doing snow removal. So I'm cutting up open a lot of ice melt bags, and it helps with that. In the summertime, I'm cutting trimmer twine or any other cutting application with it, and it just stands up really well. Actually, a story that I had about this blade in particular, I had just bought it, and I was at a client's house trying to take out a bush, and it was starting to get some rain down on us, and we can't work in the rain, and it was going to really pour, and I'm like, oh no, I got to get this bush out because we were almost done the job. And this bush wasn't coming out, it was still attached with some roots, and I didn't have any spades nearby because we had put them back in the truck, so I said, okay, I'll grab my folding knife, and I started to dig with this knife a bit. I dug with this knife, and I actually got down to the roots where it was attached, and I started cutting these roots under the ground with this knife, and that bush came out, and we got out of there before the rain came. That that one incident to me said, that's pretty good. I mean, that was sharp enough to take out roots in like damp soil. Not too bad, not too bad at all. When I buy knives, I don't try and particularly look at, oh, it's pretty. Oh, I don't want to wreck it. I like this knife, and that's fine. But when I buy a knife, this knife needs to be able to be used. I have to be able to use that knife because if I don't want it can't fail on me like in that situation. And luckily for me, it didn't. So it's a very good knife for the money. It's about $60 up here. It'll probably be cheaper in the States. And they come in three types. There's a Tanto, and a Vaquero, and then there's the clip point, which is this one. So there's 3. Uh, they come in the medium, which is the 3-inch, and then there's the 4-inch or 4.5-inch, which is the large, and then there's an extra large, which is like 5.5-inch blade. It's a very big blade, and each of them come in that. But then you can also add serrations, like this one can come in a 50/50, which is a plain edge and then some serrations on it, and the Vaqueros can actually come fully serrated. So there's a lot of choices when it comes to this particular knife. I think there's about 18, I think it was 18 or 16, something like that. So, I think it's a really good quality knife for the money. I don't think really this is a beater knife. That's what I do with it. I beat it up all day. It's just I've had no blade. The blade hasn't become loose at all. I've never had to tighten it or loosen it at all yet, and it's been a year. It's performed wonderfully. I don't think I can, like I said, I don't think I'll buy another folder from anywhere else except Cold Steel. I'm actually going to get some more, and I'll do some more reviews on it. This pocket clip does come with some sort of black coating. I think it's the same thing they put on their Recons. Don't expect it to stay, because as you can see, it's already coming off. Surprisingly, it hasn't come off as much as I thought it would, which is good, but it's going to come off. It won't stay on there. This pocket clip as well, when it came, it was extremely tough. Like, you couldn't put anything under here. You have to loosen it a little bit unless you want this pocket clip to be like... It's very hard to get your pocket on at first, but if you just loosen it a bit, pry it up a bit, it actually becomes very comfortable. So, a light knife, you don't feel it when you're walking around. It's concealable. It works well. It's a workhorse. It's sharp, easy to sharpen, in my opinion. Full flat grind. Gives it a lot of power. For what my applications anyway. If you want more of a slicer, maybe a hollow grind like the Tantos would be better. But other than that, that's all I really have to say about it. It's just a really good knife for the money, and I recommend it to anyone. I've been using this for a year now. Like I said, like I keep saying, and it has never let me down, not once, and I don't think it will. I think this knife will last me my whole life. You can't go wrong. Triad lock, stonewash stainless blade, grivery, iron cross patterned grivery here. Very grippy. We've got good pocket clip. I don't know what the liners are. I can't remember what the liners are, but I'm sure you could find that out. Fantastic. Worth every penny in my opinion, and I think that even the bigger ones as well, just for self-defense purposes and whatnot, just all around a good series of knives. I urge anyone to check them out. They're one of the best knives I've ever seen. So thanks for watching, guys. Please comment, like and dislike, whatever you gotta do, and I'll catch you next time. Thank you.